Welcome to Surveying Lectures by Civil Thinking, and this is our second class on surveying. Now, in this class, we are going to continue our module Introduction to Survey. Now, in this class, we are going to talk about the types of surveys, the major types of surveys. Okay, so basically, we have two types of surveys. Okay, so as you can read, they are geodetic survey and the plane survey. Okay, now these two differ only by one assumption. Okay, now in the geodetic survey, we consider because as we know, the earth is it is like a curved body, right? It's not plane. It is like an ellipsoid. So we consider the curvature of the earth when we carry out the geodetic survey. And in the plane surveying, we assume that the earth is like it is flat, and this way our the calculations get simplified. Okay, and since we assume that the earth is flat, so it this the calculations, there is not much error in the calculations if the area is small. Okay, for smaller areas we can consider this, but if you have a large major survey, we have to consider the curvature of the earth. So we will carry out geodetic survey. Okay, so if I write about this here, it is, so the types of survey, they are geodetic and plane. Okay, in this geodetic survey, what we do, we consider curvature of earth. Okay, but here the curvature is, this assumption, we make an assumption that the earth is, there is no curvature. Okay, so let's move on. Now in geodetic survey, we take the earth's curve into account. Calculations are done on an ellipsoid. Okay, a slightly flattened sphere that closely matches the size and shape of our planet. Okay, now what is this ellipsoid? Basically, ellipsoid, because the earth itself, it is not perfectly circle. Okay, it is not even perfectly ellipse, right? It is not perfectly ellipse. Okay, there are some, like there are some what we call that as the earth is not perfectly ellipsoid. Okay, because in the 3D we talk about ellipsoid, right? So we what we do, we assume that, let us say that we assume that the earth is ellipsoid. Okay, then what we do, we carry out our calculations, we carry out our survey considering these. Okay, but in the plane we consider that the earth is plane. Okay, now here it is a simple explanation. Okay, now imagine trying to map a giant your ball. You need special math to place points correctly over long distances, because on a curved surface, straight lines on a map aren't really straight on the ground. Okay, so we have talked about the calculation gets simplified. Why? Okay, let me write calculations get simplified, and we have here the calculations are complex. Okay, they are complex here, a little bit complex. Okay, but if you are doing this thing in the computer, then it won't be complex anymore. Okay, so because of this, nowadays most of the surveys nowadays, as our technology is improving, we are going with the geodetic surveys. Okay, but in the early times, or still in the countries where there is not much technology, they stick to the plane. Okay, however, we can still use the plane. Okay, because the error is not much, okay? It has a very small error, okay? Very small error, okay? So when there is a very small error, so we can consider this plane surveying tool, okay? Now, what I mean by this simple explanation, is because, like, for example, if you want to calculate the distance of the points on this curved surface, okay? Now, you have to consider the distance of each, for example, from the center, okay? From the center of the earth, okay? But here, if you want to calculate the distance of the points, for example, from the center, okay? Because they are straight lines, okay? They are straight lines, equidistant lines, okay? Along the, the direction of the gravity, right? Because they are, parallel, the calculations get simplified. For example, if you have a triangle, okay, if this is a plane triangle, we know the sum of the angles, right? The sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, okay? Similarly, if we have a right angle triangle, you know this is the base, this is the perpendicular, then you can easily calculate hypotenuse to be base square plus perpendicular square, okay? But in 3D, if we have this curved surface and if you have the 3D, no, the triangle is not going to be plane like this, okay? Because these are the straight lines, right? These are the straight lines and we can apply the Pythagoras theorem, right? This is just a simple example, but here, because these are not straight, okay, we will use something called, I think, Euclidean geometry, okay, the 3D geometry, okay. So here, this equation, these do not hold like this, okay. Here, sum of the angles, okay, theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3, if you sum them up, they are not equal to 180 degree, okay. Now similarly, a triangle, right angle triangle on this, okay, this hypotenuse square is not equal to this square, base square plus perpendicular square, okay. The thing is that here we have the formulas on the plane, right? When we consider the earth is plane, right, flat, we have the direct formulas, right? We have the direct formulas. But when we consider the, the curve, the formulas are not simple, okay. The mathematics is a lot complex, okay. So this is the reason that I have told you that this Euclidean geometry, this geodetic geometry is, the calculations are complex, but in the plane we can use, the already known formulas, okay. So this way our calculation gets simplified in plane geometry, okay. But in geodetic, what we have, the because of the curvature, the calculations get complex, right? So let's move on. Now let's talk more about the geodetic survey. Now it is used for finding positions of pointers that are far apart. Okay. Now what is the use of this geodetic survey? It is used when you are carrying out like a national like survey, for example. Okay. So what you do when the distance are far, okay, very far, okay. So you prefer geodetic survey, right? Okay, so what we do here, we use the geodetic surveys. Now what is going to, for example, this point 2, because they are far apart, okay, these are far, okay. So we get some reference pointers, okay, using the geodetic survey, which is complex. But when we want to do it in a in a small portion, okay, in a small portion, because we have this reference point, we take it as a reference and we here locally we do the plane survey, okay. So we kind of do a hybrid survey, okay, if I can phrase it like this, okay, hybrid survey, okay. So for the larger distances, we do the geodetic survey, okay. And when we establish these pointers, precise pointers using geodetic surveys, because geodetic survey is precise, right, complex but precise. So in the small areas around these, what we do, we carry out what? We carry out plane surveys. Okay, for example, in this area, if you want to find the position of this, you will find it with respect this. Okay, so this way we kind of use both the surveys. Okay, now geodetic survey is, most of the countries have already done this. Okay, so we do it, like our we know the references for our survey already using geodetic survey. Okay, so let's move on. Now as you can see, create is a reference monuments. Okay, so we get the reference points. Okay, I call these monuments as pointers, so that help with smaller local surveys. Okay, so we carry out the local surveys by keeping these monuments as the reference. Okay, now early methods used precise, theodolites. Okay, angle measuring tools and metal taps. Okay, now earlier, or in fact even nowadays, they what we do in geodetic surveying, we use a device called theodolite. Okay, so what are theodolites? They basically measure the, the angles. Okay, and they use what in the geodetic survey? Earlier they use maps, metal tapes. Okay, with low expansion. Okay, because we had to care about the temperature of the environment where we are carrying out the survey. Okay, so the tapes, because it is metal, and we know they expand because of change in temperature, they shrink, or they expand, right, because they are temperature sensitive. So we have to choose less temperature sensitive, and when the coefficient of thermal expansion is less, they are less temperature sensitive. So they use these metal tapes which are, which are not temperature sensitive, or whose the coefficient of thermal expansion was low. Okay, now about these, they were very complex. Okay, because you have to, you have to use the metal tapes manually. Okay, you have to use two people. Okay, and it is a very tedious, very hard working job, right? Because you are doing everything manually. Okay, but nowadays we have, we have this global navigation system. Okay, the satellites do our job. Okay, so we don't have to do all of these nowadays. Okay, so the, you know most of our tedious job is, you know it is reduced, the complexity is reduced by the technology. Okay, so the satellite global navigation, satellite system GNSS, with the help of this. Okay, or in fact the other thing is, GPS, global positioning systems. Okay, so they have helped us a lot. Okay, so this is about geodetic survey. It is just a basic survey, basic, introduction. But keep in mind, we will have, a separate series of lectures on geodetic survey, where we will do everything. Okay, we will see how to use these theodolites. Okay, what is the mathematics behind them, what we do. Okay, similarly the tapes. Okay, then, so let's move on to the plane surveying. Now, as I have told you, in plane surveying, we pretend the earth is flat for small areas. Okay, we assume all directions of gravity are parallel and all angles are flat angles. Okay, on a plane. Okay, so I hope you understand this. So these angles are angles of a triangle which is flat, right? This is flat, right? 2D. Okay, so because of this, as I have told you already, we get, we can use direct formulas. Okay, so we assume all directions of gravity are parallel. Okay, so what it means, I have already told you, this gravity. Okay, these, these lines, they are parallel. I have already told you this thing. Okay, basically these lines are also the, the direction of gravity. Okay, because we are assuming the flat earth. Okay, so basically when we, drop a plumb. Okay, So the direction of the plumb always goes in the, it always points in the direction, to the center. Okay, so if I show you like this, if for example, if you're here and you drop a plumb, okay, plumb bob, okay, if this is our earth, the center of earth, okay, so if you drop a plumb here, it will also point towards the center. Okay, similarly here it will point towards center. Okay, so it doesn't matter wherever you are, if you drop a plumb bob, okay, it always points in the direction of gravity, because the gravity is also towards the center, right? If you know from the physics. So but you can see here they are not parallel, right? This and this, it is one thing is like this, it is like this. Okay, they are not parallel. Okay, but in the this we don't consider them parallel in geodetic survey, but in the plane surveying, this is one plumb line, this is one plumb line, we consider them as parallel. Okay, we consider them as parallel to each other. Okay, although they are not parallel. Okay, so because of this our calculations get simplified. Okay, so let's move on. I think that's it. Is there anything left? Yeah. And I have told you that there is a very small error. Okay, so we can safely assume, we can use plane surveying although the earth is not flat, but the error is small. Okay, for example, it is written here, accurate enough for areas where curvature errors are tiny. For example, 5 mile line differs by only 0.02 feet. Okay, so if you have, this line, okay, for example, this is 5 miles. Okay, now if you measure it from here, the way we do in plane surveying, it's 5 miles. Okay, for example, now if we consider the curvature and we measure it like this, okay, so here it is going to be 5 miles plus 0.02 feet. Okay, so you can see the error is very small, right? So this 5 miles plus 0.02 feet, it is approximately equal to 5 miles. Okay, so here this is what, this is geodetic survey, and here it is plane survey. Okay, as you can see, the error is what is the error? This is 0.02, this is the error, right? This is very small, right? Since the error is very small, we can safely use the plane surveying. Okay, so this was just a brief, very much a little introduction to major types of surveys, the geodetic survey and the plane survey. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can comment, or if you need any help, you can definitely contact me. Okay, so that's it for today. See you in the next class. Thank you.